Hello, everybody. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to this Zoom, this free class tonight with the topic called Entities and You. What a weird topic, Entities and You. And for those of you that attended my Zoom earlier about bodies, welcome again. Good to see you again. So a few hours ago, I did a Zoom about bodies. This one has been uploaded to my YouTube. If you missed that, please go and watch. So a few hours ago, I talked about bodies. Now I'm going to talk about things without bodies. And when I say things without bodies, what I mean is, of course, the entities. So for those of you, I think most of you know me. For those of you that maybe you don't know me, so I'm access consciousness certified facilitator. I travel everywhere and do classes. And just about 3 days ago, this awareness popped up in my mind, like, okay, money and entities, and also house and space clearing, 1 day class in Jakarta. That's not what I've planned with my mind. With my mind, of course, I can plan so many things. But when I ask what would create more for people, what would contribute more to people, the 1 day house and space clearing pop up, and also the 1 day money entities pop up. The last time I did this class, it was I don't even know when, probably more than a year ago. So I'm very excited about this. It will be in early October. So for tonight with this Zoom, I don't want to just sell you the class. That's never how I work, okay? But I want to give you the information about entities, how they could affect us, but not just about how they could affect us. Because if I just keep telling you how they could affect us, it's like I'm trying to manipulate you based on fear. And of course, a lot of people would manipulate people based on fear. But at the same time, of course, we have to acknowledge that yes, the entities could affect us, but they could contribute to us as well. Okay, so first of all, entities are everywhere. Whether you like it or not, whether you have fear or not, they are everywhere. Okay, so when you function from fear, I know a lot of you, you don't, you're like, oh my God, entities, so exciting. Okay, some of you, you're a little bit weird. You know who you are. You're a little bit weird. You're like, oh, entities. Can we be friends? I still remember this. Um, the very first few years of me facilitating talk to entities, can you imagine like, okay, now some of you you have been doing access for a while. Do you do you have this awareness? Do you have this sense? Recently, in these few years, when people talk about entities, some people are like, oh wow, what can they contribute to me? Imagine 10 years ago, when you mention the word entities, ghosts, spirits, people literally freak out. They're like, who mentioned that? Yes. Okay. So a long, long time ago, when I first started to learn talk to entities, facilitated talk to entities classes, I had to deal with so many fears that people had. People function from fear. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to talk about this. But then the thing is, even if you have fear, would the entities disappear? Never. Even if you have judgments, if you don't like it, you hope they never exist. Would they disappear? Never. Okay. So when you have fear, when you have all these crazy emotions, feelings, basically you are torturing yourself. And then now you cannot blame the entities. You cannot say because they are scary, they are bad, they are wrong, that's why I have fear. Not everyone is afraid of ghosts. Okay, now all of you, think about this. Think about someone that has no fear about entities. You can think about anyone. Okay, for those of you in Indonesia, maybe you can even think about Fena, maybe if you know her well. Okay, or if you know me well, you know, like, okay, Ryan never have fear about entities. Okay, think about someone. So if entities are all bad, all wrong, or terrible, or evil, vicious, scary, Of course, everyone should have fear. Why is it that only some people have fear and some people don't have fear? And of course, those people that without fear, they have more ease in their life. They're like, oh, entities, hi. That's it. People that have fear, they check out, they run away, they scream, they yell, and whatever. Okay. So you have to ask yourself very basic question. What points of view do I have that make me feeling fearful about entities? Okay. What points of view do you have that makes you feeling fearful about entities? If I think about entities would hurt me, would harm me, would destroy me, would do something bad to me all the time, of course I would feel fearful as well. Okay. But then the question here is how often you have been hurt by entities? And of course the next question is how often you have been hurt by people? You always think that entities are bad, wrong, they would hurt you, but how often they really hurt you? How often is people, those beings in bodies that hurt you? Okay, so people are just crazy. We think about all those crazy things in our mind and think that things would go wrong, and then we create all the problems. Um, so I've been um, the facilitator of this specialty called Dr. Entities since 2016 or 17. I don't remember anymore. Too long ago. Um, so I have facilitated classes everywhere, and and if you know me, yes, entities is one of the topic that I love to talk about, and also money. I love to talk about money. I, with the access tools, I have created money, created wealth for myself, created much more ease about money and wealth for myself. And the thing that most people don't understand is how does these two different topics connect together, money and entities. Okay. One of the things that have the most judgment worldwide is money. People want money, people hate money, people need money, people do crazy things about money, people um, try to throw away money. What do I mean? People try to throw away money. How often, when you have money, you will create a scenario, you will create situation where the money will just go away. Let's change that, okay? Instead of just talking about it, I would never just talk about it. I will always talk about it and change it. That's my only intention of talking about it. Okay. So, okay, this is the basic question. For some of you that you have attended my classes before, you have heard I talk about this and did some clearings, but of course we can clear more. So, what do you hate about money? And when I say what do you hate about money, I don't mean you hate it logically. No one would hate money logically. With your logical mind, you will always say, I love money. If I have money, I can have a good life. If I have money, I will have more freedom. If I have money, I can travel first class everywhere, anywhere. But unconsciously, when you have money, you don't actually feel ease. Okay, let's be honest, all of you, okay? If you say, yes, I don't feel ease, you're not wrong, okay? I just want you to at least have a sense of that. Because if you keep saying, no, I love money, trust me, I love money. If you keep saying that, but actually you actually don't have ease with money, but you just keep saying, no, I love money, you are hiding the fact that you actually hate money. Then of course, whatever that you hide, whatever that you're not willing to be present with, whatever that you're not willing to deal with it directly, this is where you cannot change it. And this is where you become the effect of that. Okay, so for example, let's say I hate money. I don't have ease with money. I would ask myself, okay, so what do I hate about money? People kill each other for money, for example. That's the point where they come up. So when I acknowledge that, then I can change it. But if I just keep thinking, no, money is good, I love money, The point of view that I have, I will just keep them secret, and then they will keep affecting me. Okay, so do your very best to be honest with yourself about what points of view do you have about money. Okay, so because if you hate it, then when money comes to you, you don't feel ease, and somehow, in a quite unexplainable way, something will happen in your life, and then the money will just go away. Let's say maybe um, the fridge in your house just stop working. You're like, oh shit, I need to buy a new fridge. And then maybe your car just suddenly stopped working, broke down. You're like, oh fuck, what happened? And then you need to repair it. And then you will notice one thing: the amount that you need to spend to fix that thing is the amount that you got. Okay. Or sometimes a little bit more. And then you go into debt. Yes, you don't like to go into debt, but when you go into debt, you have this sense of like, okay, everything feels right. Okay, so this is because unconsciously your energy is, I hate to say this, but it's like more compatible, more comfortable with having no money, or more comfortable with having debt. This is why people don't change the financial reality. They change it a little bit, they will go back. They change it a little bit, they will go back. Okay, so what do you hate about money? Everything that brings up. Okay, if you want to give me the answer, please feel free to type it. Okay, so what do you hate about money? Everything that brings up times a gazillion. Will you please this right on create right and wrong, good and bad, up and part, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. The interesting thing is, for some of you, you're like, I've asked myself this question so many times. I've asked myself this question at least 100 times. Why I still hate money? Trust me, you're not wrong. That's common. Many years ago, when I had money problem, when I was in debt, I asked myself this question and did the clearing for myself so many times for months. And when I say months, I don't mean I only did it once a day. When I was walking on the street, when I was shopping, in my mind, I was like, okay, what do I hate about money? I kept asking myself this question, and then I got different awareness, and then I poke and pot it, and then I changed it. So the lesser point of view I have about money, okay, the more I can have ease with money. And of course, when I have ease with money, the more I welcome money into my life. By the way, I don't plan to talk about money this much tonight. The title of this Zoom is Entities and Money, Entities and You. But somehow the energy is all about money. So let me talk about this thing a little bit more. Yes, someone saying fear, feeling not enough. Okay. Do you notice that things that you like, you will always attract? Things that you want, you will always have a way to get it. So this is where you need to be very honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself. Okay. So everywhere that you love to lie to yourself when it comes to money, everywhere that you avoid the honesty, the self-honesty when it comes to money, will you please destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, fuck and hot, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay, so I will make this discussion, this conversation about money shorter because I still want to talk about entities. Um, so money is a big topic. Okay, if you want to change your financial reality, be honest with yourself. Um, find out what points of view do you have about money that are actually repelling money instead of inviting money, instead of creating money with ease. So I did that for months. I cleared all the points of view that I had about money, and a lot of the points of view that I had, I didn't even know I have. I had no clue. It's like those point of view were so hidden, very inside me, and I really had to be very present, not checking out. Okay, what do I mean not checking out? For those of you that you have asked yourself these questions before, you probably understand what I mean. You're like, okay, what do I hate about money? You ask that question and then you just go do something else. You don't even want to answer it. Okay, sounds familiar? Okay, so I have been there and done that. But when some of you are showing me the laughing face, the laughing emoji. I've been there, done that. Okay, so don't worry, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, you just have to make a different choice. So when I had enough of all those craziness, unconsciousness about money, and I was so committed to changing my financial reality, I really used everything I've learned from Access to change my entire life, not just about money. And of course, money is one important areas of my life. So for tonight, if you are completely new to Access, you have not heard about this before, or maybe this conversation confused you too much, don't worry. Make it simple. Just run this clearing with yourself. What do I hate about money? And then use the clearing statement, destroy and create all of that. Right, wrong, good and bad, power, online, short, sports, poets, and beyonds. Okay? Be committed to that. And okay, I want to talk more about money. um, For some of you that you have learned this before, maybe years ago you have heard this, maybe you attended a foundation class with me or some other facilitators, or maybe you have read some books from Access. My question for you would be, why? Okay, normally we don't ask why, but in this case I will ask why. Why you have the tools, but you are not committed to using them? Okay? If you have all these amazing tools, you know if you use them, they can change your life. Why are you not using them? This sounds like making you wrong. Like, why are you not using them? Right? Yes, you. I mean, you. Okay. So everything that brings up, everywhere that you judge you so much, you're like, okay, I learned so much. I never use them. I'm just wasting my time, wasting my money. I still feel so wrong. I still have money problem. And then you judge yourself like, I'm terrible. I cannot change my financial reality. Everywhere that you just love to play bullshit with yourself, will you please destroy and create all of that? Right, wrong, good and bad, top and part. Oh, nice shots, boys, boys, and girls. Okay, I will leave that for now. Okay, this is a deep topic. Why do you have all these tools but you're not committed in using them? This is a completely different topic. But at least I give you an idea for you to explore more, so that if you are really interested in changing your life, you could explore more with yourself. Okay. Um, because for tonight, I still want to talk about entities and you. So entities is actually something that um as I said just now, whether you like it or not, they are part of this world. They are everywhere. So in order for you to um, exclude them from your life, in order for you to not perceive them, in order for you to not receive them, how much energies do you have to waste? How much energy do you have to use against yourself to cut off your awareness, to push them away, to pretend that they don't exist, to maintain your own world? Okay. I'll just give you a little bit of idea. So one of the latest things that we talk about in Access is called autonomy. Autonomy is where you maintain your own world, you have your own world, you exclude everything, you think you're very right. Okay, so that's autonomy. So when you function that way, you literally push away everything. You push away all the contributions. Okay, so in all those money and entities classes that I have facilitated worldwide, one thing that I noticed is entities would love to contribute to us. Not all, of course, but there are a lot of entities who love to contribute to us. Now, how many of you, when I say entities would love to contribute to us, you have this sense of like, "Hmm, okay." Well, someone saying, thanks to the autonomy, all money and entities issue blockages explained. This is a huge topic. If this is the first time you heard this, you get a sense of it. Um, right now, I'm attending an advanced class with Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, and Dr. Dane here and Simon Milases. We talk about this in a very advanced way for 3 days. Um, so this is something that I will talk a lot more next month in the Money Entities class. So for now, I just want to give you an idea. So the energy of autonomy is like you maintain your own world. Even when you need help, you cannot ask for help. You're like, okay, this is me, this is my world. Okay, so when you do this conclusion, like this is me, this is my world, you have to push away contribution. You cannot let you receive contribution. And there are entities that would love to contribute to us. And of course, some of you will have this idea, you will have this question, why would entities contribute to me? Very logical question. I understand this question completely. But then, now, let me ask you this question. Are there people that you would like to contribute to? Yeah, we do. Sometimes you see someone needing something, you're like, okay, let me contribute to you. Sometimes, yes, you have the thought of like maybe you can get something in return, but not always. How often you really wish you could contribute to someone and you never have any thought about getting something in return? Yeah, we do that. Now, since you would do that to someone else, why, when I say someone or entities will contribute to you, you always think that's not possible? You always think, why would someone want to contribute to you? Because you fucking judge yourself way too fucking much. Okay? You judge yourself, you think you are wrong, you think you are bad, you think you're not valuable, you think no one would contribute to you think no one would help you, you think no one would contribute to you. This is the autonomy. You living in your own fucking small world. You think no one would contribute to you. This is how you reject contribution. Yes, it could be religious point of view. Someone say religious point of view. It doesn't matter what points of view you have, but all these point of view maintaining you in the autonomy world. You are so stuck in your own world, trying to figure out everything, trying to do everything yourself. Okay, this blocks your receiving. So, um, so there are entities that would love to contribute to us financially. Um, to give you an example, for example, let's say they just want to contribute to you. Yes, that works. It happens a lot. And maybe they owe you money from some other lifetimes. Okay, so if you are not a mentally strong person, okay, if you are mentally strong, this will be difficult for you because you will use your mind, try to analyze everything, try to understand everything. It doesn't quite work. Okay, but do your best to put your mind aside just to sense the energy. How many beings owe you money from some other lifetimes? Have a sense of that. And then my next question would be, if you don't function from autonomy world, if you actually let them contribute to you and pay you back in whatever way, including financially, what would your life be? Okay, so that's that's one of the targets of this 1 day class called Money and Entities. Why did I say it's one of the targets? Why it's not the only target? Most people make money the only target. If you make money the only target, how small is your work? If you believe that money is everything, it's all about money. Oh my God, what kind of life this is, right? But where have you learned that it's all about money? Look around you. How many people around you, friends, colleagues, lovers, secret lovers, ex-lovers, enemies, okay, family members, um, relatives, how many people around you function from this very limited space, limited energies of it's all about money. Their life is all about trying to get more money. This is part of autonomy work. Okay. So everywhere that you have learned that and limit your life, make your life so small and make you struggle with money, will you please just try and get out of that? Right, wrong, good and bad, top and part, all nine, shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay, cool. So the money entities class, we will clear all those, I don't know, unconsciousness, insanities, craziness, lies about money, about entities. So that first of all, you have more ease with money. Then you would welcome money from every area, including from entities. Then when it comes to the topic of entities, this itself is a huge topic. Okay, imagine this. If you are judging money, if you have so many incorrect point of view about money, you won't let you receive money. Then if you have all those crazy points of view about entities, you won't allow you to receive any contributions from entities. Then when you put these two things together, money, entities, well, basically it's quite impossible for you to receive, right? So this class is not about making entities work for you. I know a lot of people like, can I make entities to make me rich? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Those of you that are laughing, okay, I know this is what you are thinking. You are not wrong. Okay, I just want you to be aware of something. When you have this thought, can I make entities make me rich? Are you being powerful? Okay, or have you given up your power and then you function from this space of like, somebody please help me. Entities, you're so powerful. Can you please help me to be rich? I don't have any abilities to create money. Please make me rich. These are the points of view that make you so stuck with your own life because you cannot create. Okay? If you don't make entities as more powerful than you being the power, then you can create with ease. And that's my target. Okay. So I will be very honest with you. Even the title of this class is called Money and Entities. Ultimately, the target is you being more conscious, you have the ability to create. Then now we include the spirit world, let entities contribute to you because they are everywhere. They love to contribute to you, or maybe they owe you money, or maybe something else. Okay. I always have something that show up in the class that surprise me and surprise the participants. So I hope this give you a good idea of what is this money and entities thing. Um, I don't know how many facilitators are doing this class. I mean the one-day class. When I started to do this class about a year ago or about 1.5 years ago, I was the first one that Shannon, the founder of Dr. Entities, I was the first one that Shannon approved, and I was the only one at the time to do this class. I'm not so sure if anyone else is doing it right now. Maybe there are. So I love to facilitate this class to open up people's receiving, okay, so that you don't function in your own limited world in your autonomy world, okay. So that's the money entities that will be in Jakarta, live and online. Of course, life can be way more fun, but if you are, I don't know, if you are scared of a live class, you think sitting in front of me is too scary, you can hide at your home, attend the class online. That's fine. Okay, it will still work. But of course, I would love to see you online, live in person. That works much better. Okay, because it's also easier for you to ask questions. It doesn't mean that you cannot ask questions online. Okay, so that's the class that I will be doing. One day, money entities just pop up into my mind 3 days ago. Um, it was fun the last time in Bandung. Yes, someone saying, yes, I did that in Bandung last time. We even talk about ancestors. I remember there was one time, um, the energy of the class, it was like kind of stuck. I was like, what is this? I don't know what to do. So we took a break. And then during the break time, I look at the energy. I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized, oh my God, It's all the ancestors. They have something to contribute, or maybe they have something that they are affecting us that we need to clear. I opened the windows, I opened the curtains, I looked outside. It was all the energies of ancestors. I was like, wow. And that was my first time in Bandung. So that was a shock for me. At that time I didn't quite understand the culture of Bandung. So that's that's funny and interesting and very contributing at the same time. Someone saying being in your presence is so much joy. Thank you very much. My honor. Um, okay, so and then the next class that I will be doing, um, it's very hard for me to say which one I like more. I love them all. Okay, so it's called the House and Space Clearing. Again, this is a one-day class that I got approval to facilitate. Only very few people, probably less than 5 people, could do this as a one-day class. So a lot of you have learned the basic tools of talk to entities. You know how to clear entities. But if you stop there, yes, it's great. You still clear entities. My target is, what if you be the energy that transforms space? Okay, instead of just using the tools, playing with the tools. Okay. Everywhere that I go, I don't need to do anything. Okay. And I'm not saying this to give you the idea that, oh, I'm greater than you. Not about that at all. But one thing that I've noticed is when I go to a place without doing anything, the space becomes more spacious. It becomes like lighter, feeling is different. Okay, so we have the abilities to transform space. We have the abilities to work with space, to contribute to space, and also to receive contributions from space. When I say space, it could be workplace, it could be your house, it could be, I don't know, anything. Okay, or even not your own space. Um, hmm, Let me give you this quick story, very, very quick story. Just about 2 weeks ago, I was in Vietnam. I was in Vietnam traveling for a few weeks. Um, when I was about to leave Vietnam, I was sitting inside the plane. The plane has started to move to the runway, so the aircraft was ready to take off. And then when just right before the aircraft took off, the pilot made an announcement. Okay, we need to go back. I was like, what happened? Okay, I have been flying non-stop. When I say non-stop, okay, you might not believe this. Okay, took I take about 80 flights, 80. I take about 80 flights per year. Okay, when I look at the number, I was shocked as well. I'm like, how did I fly that much? So I fly about 80 flights per year for many years, except during the few years of COVID lockdown. I have never experienced something like this. Okay. And that time when the flight suddenly couldn't take off, I was like, what's going on here? And then I got a sense of like the land wanted to contribute to me, but I wasn't receiving. And I was like, so I changed my point of view. I opened up my receiving. I received the contribution from the land. My whole world shifted. I got so many awareness about so many things in my life, and my world just like got much better. Okay. Um, I'm not saying that every time when the flight couldn't take off, it's about something like this. No, don't go into conclusion like this. But that was the only time that I experienced something like that. And I also asked question. I got the awareness that the land wanted to contribute to me, but I refused. Okay. So what I want you to say now, okay, to make you understand, and I cannot make you anything. Okay, talk about that. But to give you an idea. Now, wherever you are, right? Maybe you are in your own room, in your house, or maybe you are at someone else's space, house, or maybe you are in a hotel room, maybe you are traveling, okay? Or maybe you are on the train, on the plane. Well, yeah, if you're on the plane, you might not be listening to this. Um, Ask yourself this question. Are you receiving the contribution from this space? Or are you just there? Most likely you are just there judging the space, thinking this space is too ugly, or I don't know. Okay, it could be anything. Okay, so for me, I always receive from space, I always contribute to space. And when I say space, of course, it includes entities. Okay, so in this 1 day class, this is where you will learn to clear entities, where you will learn to be the energy that will transform the space. Because so many people have the points of view that I got affected by the environment. Okay, people always say like, oh, the environment is so negative, full of negative energy. They affect me. You never hear me saying anything like this because wherever I go, I transform the space. Okay, so this is my invitation for you. Not that the space, not that the environment affect you, but you be the magician of space. You could transform the space and contribute to the space and receive contribution from the space. And of course, we'll talk about entities. We'll talk about everything about entities, how to clear them. Normally, it's easy to clear them, but sometimes it can be a little bit more complicated. Sometimes it could be more stuck. So you can change all these energies. Okay, someone's asking, do you do energy pools to receive from space or other tools? No, it's just the willingness. But my best guess is you have been making all these things too complicated, way too complicated. Okay. A lot of people, when they learn something simple and easy, they always add more steps into it. I need to do this. I need to do energy pool. I need to visualize this. I need to expand on blah, 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 blah. You make things way too complicated. Okay, if you have attended my classes before, when it would could be a live class, online class, or even a free Zoom, you notice one thing: simplicity. And that's the thing that most people don't get it at all. Most people love to make things too complicated, too difficult, and they screw themselves up. Okay, so this is also with my energy, I would love to invite you to the space of simplicity. Make things work for you. All right. I don't know what else I can talk about the house and space clearing class. Maybe Fana has some idea. I don't know. Or anyone have any idea? By the way, you don't have to be in Indonesia. The class is live and online, can be anywhere, and it will work with your space wherever you are. Okay. So, I hope I made my point tonight. Yes, Fana, please. Sorry. Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. Include your body because your body has magic. Your body enjoy the space. Okay. Um, let me um, explain it this way, but I'm not really explaining, but it's more like giving you an example. A few years ago, I when I was in China, there was a city that I went to. I don't remember the name now. So I stay in a hotel that, well, because I didn't know that place at that time, I didn't have that much awareness. So I was just like, okay, I will just choose a place that is easy, near to my class. I don't need to travel that far every day to go to the class and come back. I at that time I use a lot more of my mind. I use my mind to decide where to stay. Okay, so I happen to choose a place, okay, with tons of heavy energy. As soon as I stepped into the hotel, the resort, I was like, okay. And then I went to my room. I'm like, okay, finally I have my own space without doing anything. I went to my room. The energy of my room changed. Now, if you set energy, did my body contribute to that? My body and me, we changed the space. So every day it's like when I was in my room, it feels so spacious, so light. And as soon as I step out of my room, I'm like, gosh, what is this place? So every day after class, when I went back to my hotel, I was like, oh my God, okay, I just want to go back to my room. And then I went to my room, I'm like, oh wow, space. That gave me the idea of like how easily I could transform the space, not from doing, but from my being. And of course, I understand this is something not that easy for you to understand with your mind. What do you mean being? Okay. To make it easy for you to understand, before I end this Zoom, I don't want to make this too long. And thank you everyone for watching this or attending this Zoom right now. Um, Let me give you a simple example of being versus doing. So let's say you are feeling not good, okay? And then you tell a friend, okay, I'm feeling so stressful, I'm feeling heavy, life sucks. And that friend, maybe this person has learned so many things, so many coaching modalities, try to change you, give you all those questions with their conclusion and their judgments, like do this, do this, do this, think about this, think about this. So this person function from doing. After that person tried for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that person proudly ask you, do you feel any difference? You're like, not at all. Maybe I feel even worse. Okay. So that's the doing. Okay. And then maybe almost the same scenario, you are feeling not easy, feeling stressful, heavy. And then you see a friend. This friend has never learned anything, never learned any modalities about healing, coaching, nothing. You see this friend, you're like, whew, I don't know why. When I see you, everything gets easier. I even forgot about my problems now because that friend is being something different. And one thing that I want to acknowledge about all of you is how often you are this person. How often you have someone that comes to you and say, you know what? When I see you, I just feel much better. What's your magic? What did you do? You're like, yes, I've learned a lot of things. I know how to run bus. I haven't even run your bus, but you feel much better. This is your being. Okay, a lot of you have this. You just don't acknowledge it because you judge yourself way too much. Okay, so when you be, I don't mean that if you be, you don't have to do. You be and then you do, you create magical outcome, magical results, magical possibilities. But if you are not being and you just do, you can do a lot, try to prove your value, try to prove you're doing it right, you don't get much. Okay, so that's an example. So I'm sorry I cannot explain this logically tonight. I don't know why. But with this example, I hope you understand the difference of being and doing. And then when you be, then when you use those tools and techniques that you learn, things change magically. And this is what I meant when I said you could be the magician of space. Okay, because if you're just talking about learning techniques, we don't need one day. Give me 10 minutes, I can tell you how to clear entities, maybe not even 10 minutes. Okay. Clearing entities using the tools, the doing is way too easy. But the 1 day class is where I would invite you and facilitate you to be the space and the energy that transforms space easily. All right. So entities are everywhere. So if you keep resisting them, have fear, have all the rejections, you're going to make your life hard. Okay. So I hope this Zoom tonight give you some good idea about why I said entities and you. What if we could function from no judgments, from the space of communion, creating more ease with ourselves and with the spirit world and everything. Okay, whether it's your own space or maybe it's with money. So that will be the class in Jakarta, live and online, early October, the first weekend of October. So if you're interested, I would love to see you in that class so that I can facilitate more for you, more than what I could do tonight in this Zoom. I hope you understand that's I cannot do that much with this Zoom. So that's it for now. Thank you, everyone. If you're interested, please contact Fena, or maybe you can even message me. I will still tell you to go to Fena, but but feel free to contact me as well. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Have a great evening. See you. Bye bye.